how can you increase the conversion rates on your e-commerce store to make sure that you're getting more sales, you're getting more revenue out of the traffic that's coming onto your page, but also how do you understand what that customer is thinking when they land on your store and working out why they're not purchasing? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I've learned over the years scaling multiple e-commerce brands. This brand you can see here, $60,000 in just 1 week. I actually managed to scale this store to $100,000 for Black Friday. I have a video on that if you want to go ahead and see it. On this brand, it's slightly smaller, but averaging between $40,000 and $50,000 every single month in revenue for this store. Now, profit margins on these obviously are not 100%. For this one, it's about a 20% profit margin. This one, I think, is around 30 to 40% profit margin. You'll notice that there's a lot less orders for a lot more revenue. Reason for this is it's a much higher ticket product, hence the profit margins are larger. But the interesting thing about these is these stores both started off with literally anywhere between $50 to $100 a day in revenue when I first started working on them. So over the period of about a year and a half, I managed to scale them up to this level, and they're a lot more consistent now. They have a lot more branding on them. There's a much more dedicated customer base. But this goes to show that you need to have all of your I don't know what the word is, you need to have all of your ducks in a row before you actually start to scale your store. And one of the problems you're probably facing when you're starting is you're getting a lot of people visiting your website but nobody's checking out, or you're getting a high sort of add to cart rate but no conversions out of those add to carts. So I'm going to go through as much detail as possible in this video. Now the first thing that we're going to do, well, actually we're going to use the UDI as our demonstration example here. You need to understand that when someone comes to your website, they don't know what your brand is, what your brand is doing. A lot of people in early stage e-commerce owners spend a lot of time on their store so that they know in and out every detail about their business, every minor detail about the products on their website, and they assume because they know this information that the customer will also know this information. The problem is a lot of the time you actually then lose sight of what's going on your store, and it's very difficult for you to see the problems with your store. And this isn't your fault, it happens to everybody. So I'm going to show you how you can actually gather this information from your users and essentially understand exactly what it is they're thinking, and we're going to be using AI to do this. And it's very simple. You can literally just, all you need is a website link and about 10 minutes of time. So what does this do? The main thing is really when someone comes, for example, let's have a look at the Disney collection, right? If someone's on this page, most likelihood is they've got questions. Okay, what questions do they have about the products? Well, for example, it's probably something like, can I wash this? You know, is it machine washable? Can I iron it? How long does it take to deliver? Now it's obviously the 6th of December, so they're asking, you know, will it arrive before Christmas? This is obviously a very seasonable product, so they need to know specific delivery times, how much is shipping, those sorts of things. And the problem is on a website, especially this large, but even your website, right, to find this information, they've got to actually go into the product page. You know, they've got to look in here. They've then got to read through the product, UDI care instructions. There's a whole lot of text that they've got to read to work out whether this is true, you know, what information they need. Okay, well, what's the refund and delivery policy? I've got to come all the way down here, and I've got to find delivery and returns. I've got to go onto this page, and I've got to read all of this information. Now, although it doesn't take very long to find the information, it's like, you know, 10 to seconds to a minute, most customers don't have that time. They don't care. They don't want to spend that time on your website. They want to come to your website and purchase your product. And if there's not, if there's a load of questions, if they've got traditionally, on average, a load of research was done on this, if there's anywhere between sort of 2 to 3 questions additional that they come onto the website that can't be answered, they're not going to purchase. They're going to leave. So you need to make sure that you're understanding why these customers aren't purchasing from your brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically, very simply, add a chatbot to our website, right? And this chatbot is going to have all of the information about our products. It's going to be able to recommend products to our users. It's going to be able to give them this information instantly, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if you click the top link down below in the description, it will take you to my software where you can build something like this. So you can see here, this is just me having a conversation, and I built this trained on the UDI. So you can see here 130 different knowledge bases. This I've only scraped from this one 130 links. The UDI has got I think 380 different product pages. I just didn't script the entire thing just for the sake of time for this video. But you can actually now see what I've done is I've selected all this information and I've built a chatbot. There's a lot of information on this YouTube channel on how to do that. So if you want to go ahead and see that, you can check the videos in the channel. But if I go to this actual chatbot, you can see here, if I want to, I can add and remove information very easily from this chatbot. But this is really the point that I want to show you guys. I can actually say, look, can you tell me about the avocado hoodie? Or, for example, tell me about the twin pack. It's going to give a very easier to read format. Here is the title, hoodie twin pack. Here's a bit of information about that product. There's, a short summary that's going to get the information across straight away. And this is all formatted in a way that's easy for people to read. So rather than having to read, if we compare this, right, to the product page, so you can see here, it's actually giving the link for the product page. So if you click that link, it opens it up. There's a lot of information on this page about different things. There's images, there's a whole load of reviews. There's just a lot of information to get from this page. I've got to click on this details. That's a lot of text to read, shipping information, care instructions. It's just a lot of text. And I don't have any background information on the rest of the brand or the store. You'll notice, let's close that. When you look at the response here, so it's given me the dispatch dates. It tells me high demand, they're going to be slightly slower because of Black Friday. There's a whole load of different options. It also actually tells me that I'm going to save money if I do this. It tells me that the original price was 178, discounted price is 99, and I'm going to save £79 on my purchase. It's also included an image of the product in its response. Now, this obviously, if I've got this, if this is responding on this page, I wouldn't be asking, tell me about the Yudi twin pack. But if I'd seen it in an ad or someone had told me about it and the product, and I'm sitting on the home page, for example, and I want to know about a specific product, I can ask it, tell me about this twin pack, and it'll tell me, and it will also give me the link for me to head directly to that product page that I can then click on. And when I click on it, I appreciate I'm jumping around, it's adding a reference tracking link at the top, so I can track in analytics how many people are clicking around. Okay. So this is just one example, but how is this going to help us increase our conversion rates, right? We want to hit these numbers here, and we're getting traffic, but we're not getting any sales. So we at least now know that somebody is looking for a product recommendation, or if they're asking a question like, tell me about the twin pack, there's obviously not enough information on that product. These are just demo examples that I've come up with, right? So you can see here, I'm just getting it just to give me random responses. Are there any Star Wars themed products? Tell me about the weighted blanket. So these are just me asking for product recommendations, more or less. But you can get an idea of what's going on in that user's head. If they're asking what's the refund policy, chances are is they're worried that the product that you're going to deliver to them isn't going to be high quality. So their biggest pain point, the reason they're not purchasing, is because that product isn't high enough quality. So you need to make sure that you're developing or you're changing your website to put that information across and make it easy for them to understand the quality of your product, and probably add more testimonials and proof showing that product actually arrives in people's hands. And again, for example, you can add information like contact support information. So is there a way to talk to someone over the phone? And there's two of these, and I'll explain why. You can see here, it's given me the phone number and also the email address. So I know that they're looking for additional support, probably because they're not getting the information that they need from the website. Now, keep in mind, the chatbot is only able to use the information on your website. So if your website doesn't contain correct contact information, like for example here, it's only giving an email address, but someone wants to know how to talk over the phone, I now know that I need to add that to my website, or I need to add this to my chatbot, which is very easy to do. Head over to your prompts for the chatbot. Now this chatbot's using the customer service prompt. If I click on edit, you can see I've now added the phone number contact information down here at the bottom. And obviously because of that, the chatbot now uses that in its response, which is obviously going to help in terms of increasing conversion rates or whatever, getting information across to that customer. So what you can do is you can use all of this information to gather information about why people aren't purchasing from your product, from your website. You can use this information to adjust exactly what you've got on your product pages or your landing pages to improve conversion rates. And then from there, you'll probably start to see an increase in conversion rates, an increase in the number of sales, and a decrease in your customer acquisition costs. And then because of this, you're going to start to see higher profit margins, and then you can start to scale towards these numbers here. So I hope that video was helpful to you. If you want to get started with ChatIQ, it's very easy. Click the top link down below in the description. It will take you to my website. If you click on Start for Free, you can go ahead and start your account. All you need to do is put in an email address, your website, for example, theud.co.uk, and create a password and start a 14-day free trial. Once you've put in your card details, it's not going to charge you anything. It's $0 up front. You've got 14 days to test it out and try it out and put it on your website and start to gather the information before we charge your card. So you can see how well this works for you. It's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to scrape all the information and build your chatbot. But you can, if you want to, go ahead and just add it straight to your website. So if you copy this code here, you can go to the header tracking code on your website. So the theme.liquid, you can see here, this is my chatbot is actually using images in its responses. The theme.liquid, and you can paste the code into your header tracking code. And then from there, obviously, the chatbot will be added in the corner. If you want, you can add it like this as well to your website. Then once the information is done and processed, the chatbot will have access to the information. So once this number is showing up here, the chatbot's ready. And if you click on Add Further Customization, it will take you to the dashboard where you can, for example, change the prompt, you can change the introduction message, the colors. I'm also adding in the ability to adjust the bubble icon as well. So if you guys have got any additional questions, let me know down below in the comments, but I will see you guys in my next video.